Hello and welcome to 5 Minute Magic from Creativity for Sale podcast, a quick fire episode sharing tips and tricks from the pages of the book of the same title. Yes, Creativity for Sale. Every week I'll be sharing 1 or 2 ideas that could give you an actionable takeaway for your creative career, your business, or just a food for thought for the weekend ahead. These tips are taken from the audiobook and you can find a link to the full version in the show notes. Have you ever defined your expectations, and have you even actually thought about it? I can be honest to say that I used to quite simply be in denial of what's to come as a result of my actions. It wasn't until I watched an excellent keynote by John Mayer for Berklee College of Music from 2008, where he talks about defining your expectations. A simple yet powerful idea of having a vision of what you want to achieve and how it influences your career now and for the future. So in this episode, we'll explore expectations, goals, defining it enough, because all of these will give us more clarity for our present and future actions. Let's have a look.
Only by establishing yourself in a local setting first will you build the strong foundations you need to reach further afield. Define your expectations. What do you want? Big budget projects? Legions of fans? A style that inspires a cult following? Something that everyone will love? Fame and fortune? A mansion or a camper van? Your expectations should be led by certain criteria, like how many other people have the exact same skills as you. How many people work in the same style? Is your work seasonal or will you be busy all year round? How can your magic formula give you a unique place in the market? What is your realistic earning per piece of work or project? Your expectations should also be led by a dose of realism. By defining your expectations and being realistic about the possibilities that lie ahead, you will create a clearer picture of how to build your business. You can see how others in a similar position made it work and think about what you might have to compromise on. Also remember that your expectations will change with experience. If you struggle to set the right benchmarks, seek out an industry peer or established professional who can help you set the most realistic view of what's to come. They were most likely in the same position of lacking clarity when they started. Define your goals. Many people in life have goals, though arguably many of them don't succeed in making those goals happen. Some people have goals that are defined by societal behaviour, like owning a house, buying a nice car, living in a safe area, and going on this or that impressive holiday. People may also have personal goals for various parts of their life, like eating well, being good at tennis, writing a book, making a movie, or falling in love. Then there are people who don't have goals and would argue that life can be enjoyed without having moving targets to hit. In fact, it may be an easier way to live without the added pressure, effort, or disappointment of trying to constantly achieve things. Or, in other words, a goal that doesn't exist won't keep you up at night. Of course, some people can spend a career lifetime without setting goals and still achieve a fair bit, like a few job promotions, a few projects that worked out nicely, and some fond memories. Even when running a small business, it's possible to look back and realise you've spent a considerable amount of time without many celebrated wins because you didn't have goals. There's nothing wrong with that, but it makes the rear view mirror a lot less exciting to look at. A defined goal gives you a purpose, and it can turn inertia into energy. And that's one of the many reasons why I advocate having goals to aim for in your business. The problem is that when it comes to running a creative business, goals can easily be mistaken for a list of dream clients or brands, and they rarely have any actions attached to make these dreams happen. Since this means that things are largely left to chance, those goals are unlikely to ever be reached. The truth is, some business goals will be met, some will get scrapped, minds will be changed, Sometimes, despite having a defined goal, we may be unable to make any progress. However, most of our realistic goals can be achieved, and it relies on continual resilience and determination over the course of time. Goals aren't meant to be easy, although a low-hanging fruit always tastes nice, right? A goal of this book is to get your creative business up and running. And that's why every page details the practical actions needed to achieve it. If you lack a practical framework to achieve your goal, the end result isn't going to happen. And the goal is still just a dream. What's more, the framework gives you the metrics to check whether you're getting there and alert you when you've finally achieved it. And that definitely tastes better in the long term than low-hanging fruit. What is enough? When you get very good at putting goals and systems in place, the results can inspire you to put further ideas into action. It might feel as though the next logical step is to pursue more ideas that will help you progress more in your professional or personal life. Ticking off goals one by one is a great motivator to tick off more. However, having too many goals might produce negative emotional and even physical outcomes. When your creative business onboards more clients than you ever dreamed of, you have to ramp up production to meet all of their needs and requirements, which can lead to overworking and burnout. When things go well, you start seeing financial rewards. You have more in the bank than you thought possible. So what's your next move? Cap the incoming work or reach for more? The lack of a clear enough is often the driver behind growing teams or expanding business locally and internationally. Sometimes that's a positive thing, but likewise, it can have the opposite effect and make a business overcommit or lose its focus. Everyone's enough looks different. If you fail to define what is enough for you, you can end up back on the open road with multiple stops, but no end destination. Impatience is a very human quality, and we often want to sprint towards our career goals by chasing creative work, pursuing every new idea, getting tons of new clients, and producing as much work as possible to make a name for ourselves. But remember that it's impossible to sprint a whole marathon, and having no defined goals or career checkpoints can turn into an endless race without any reward. When it's your business, the only person you're running against is yourself. So take it at a pace that works for you. Take regular breaks to check in with yourself and your plan, and make sure you're still on course for where you want to go.